want to say something about my mama? Your mama dead as Your mama dead as Go dig her up. Go dig her up.
50 Cent just sparked something in King Harris that had everyone losing it. Lil Bro jumped on live and went full chaos. 50 Cent triggered King Harris and the crowd went wild. Lil Bro went live and unleashed chaos. In hip-hop, there are rules you just don't break. You can clown a rapper's music, their fashion, their streaming numbers, whatever. That's all fair game. But there's one line nobody crosses: family.
He should have said that before he went against 50 in that rap battle. I bet he would have lost in 05. I bet he would have lost. You wouldn't have won. He should have said he sucked dick on BET that day. He wouldn't have won that in 05 when all them gangsters was out here. I bet you he wouldn't have sold that much.
You don't go after someone's wife. You don't go after someone's mom. You keep the beef between the people involved. On February 22nd, 20126, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson decided to throw that rule out the window, and the fallout was instant chaos. 50 Cent and T.I had been sparring online for weeks over versus battles and snitch rumors. Normal rap beef stuff, slick talk, internet shots, nothing new.
How y'all raised? I'm not raised like that. I don't go. I'm not going about my mom. I'm not going. So tell your dead mama dig her ass up and post a picture that look better than my mom.
But then 50 Cent posted a disrespectful photo of T.I.'s wife, Tiny Harris, with a caption meant to humiliate her in front of millions. No subtlety, no shade. Just a straight-up attack on someone who had nothing to do with the beef. That's when King Harris, T.I. and Tiny's 21-year-old son, snapped. He didn't wait for T.I. to handle it. He went live on Instagram and went full nuclear. Want to say something about my mama? Your mama dead. Go dig her up, he shouted.
Picture of your mama, because she dead. Pay respect. Stop playing with my mama. Playing like that, going like that.
And just like that, King Harris took the beef to a level nobody was ready for. He targeted 50 Cent's deepest wound, the tragic death of his mother, Sabrina Jackson, in a house fire when 50 was just 8. King didn't stop there. He kept the same energy, relentless and unfiltered, proving that in this war of words, no rule was safe, and no one could look away. There was zero filter on this kid, pure, uncut rage spilling out on a live stream with thousands watching in real time. He told 50 Cent straight up, if you want to play the photo game and drag someone's mama online,
he should have confessed in 05. 50 Cent would have won. Let's keep it real. When Jeezy was out, when Boosie and Tip was out, when BMF was out, she. You think he would have outsold 50 then? We need to start keeping it real from the jump, because I kept this bitch 100 from the jump.
Then post your own. Except you can't because she's gone. Moments like that stop the scroll, silence the room, and turn a regular beef into something unforgettable. King hammered that point again and again. He couldn't stand by while someone disrespected the woman who raised him. Growing up under T.I, he was raised with a code, raised differently, and now he wanted the world to see exactly who he was. That was a straight-up warning shot. King was making it crystal clear to 50 Cent and anyone on his team they had seriously miscalculated by bringing this kind of energy to the Harris family. But King didn't stop there.
I don't play by my mama. At the end of I don't play by my mama. I'm just how I'm raised, nigga. I wasn't raised by y'all father. My dad is T.I.P. Tip. That's how I'm raised. I don't play like this.
He went after one of 50's most exposed vulnerabilities, his strained relationship with his son Maris Jackson. Your son don't love you. You got no family, he said, cutting deep. Everyone in hip-hop knew about 50 and Maris' long, messy fallout that's played out online for years. King knew exactly where to hit. Money, fame, TV shows, movie deals, they all mean nothing if you walk into an empty house. King made it personal. He showed the world exactly where he comes from, why he carries himself the way he does, and why disrespecting his family wasn't an option. This wasn't just bars, it was a declaration. This is real warfare, and I'm coming at you from my foundation. King Harris wasn't just talking reckless on live streams. He was taking action. On February 24, 2026, he hit the studio, recorded a full diss track, and dropped it across all major streaming platforms under the title Made Man. The music video was shot in a parking garage packed with foreign whips, with King rocking a red hoodie and beanie, delivering lines like, he stood on every word. But King didn't stop there. He even dug up an old NSFW photo of 50 Cent holding what looked like an adult toy, posted it to his story, and #hashtag no AI to prove it was real. It was full scorched earth. No chill, no retreat, no surrender, and the internet couldn't get enough. Enter Boozie Badazz, a voice the culture actually listens to. This isn't a random commentator chasing clicks. Boozie has been through it all. Hard time in Louisiana, street codes, and a lifetime of speaking truths, no matter who it offends. So when Boozie broke down the King Harris vs. 50 Cent saga, people leaned in. He immediately acknowledged King's anger. It started with his mama. In any household where love is real, your mother is sacred, no exceptions. Cross that line and it's no longer entertainment. It's personal and dangerous. Blood responds differently than business, and King brought that fire, standing up for his family in a way even Boozie respected. But while Boozie understood why, he couldn't fully co-sign how it went down. 50 Cent started this by dragging Tiny Harris into a beef she had nothing to do with, trolling her publicly. That's been 50's playbook for over 20 years. Provoke, react, and capitalize. King, however, responded with heat the internet wasn't ready for. He took the disrespect to a level even Boozie called extreme, talking about 50's late mother in ways that hit hard. Lines like "go dig her up" hung over the conversation like smoke. Heavy, dark, unforgettable. Boozie summed it up perfectly. You crossing a line that's hard to come back from. King made it clear. This was about protecting his mama's legacy and defending his family. But in doing so, he pushed the boundaries of hip-hop beef further than most could imagine. The music stops here. The truth the culture needed to hear is simple. There is a line, and once you cross it by bringing someone's dead mama into a rap beef, handshakes and truces don't work anymore. The damage is permanent. Boozie Badazz didn't just call out the disrespect. He also laid out the massive mismatch at play. On one side, you've got King Harris, T.I.'s son. On the other, a billionaire mogul with decades of experience dismantling people online. 50 Cent King probably didn't fully think through the risks before he went live, going bar for bar with a man who's been trolling the internet since before King could even hold a phone. Boozie warned King about real-world consequences, not just social media games. He drew from experience, comparing it to his own son, Tootie Raw, who learned the hard way that reckless words can lead straight to prison. And things got messy. Tootie Raw jumped in, posting threats at King Harris, who shot back, questioning Boozie's authority. Suddenly, the beef had a new branch, and Boozie's camp was caught in the crossfire. It gets even more complicated. Boozie isn't neutral, he's had his own issues with T.I, accusing him of cooperating with law enforcement in the past. Yet, even with that history, he acknowledged that 50 Cent took it way too far by dragging family into the feud. His perspective carries weight because he can call out everyone while understanding where the anger comes from. The chaos has deep roots. This all started years ago with T.I trying to get 50 Cent to participate in a versus battle during the pandemic in 2020. Tip challenged the G-Unit General, believing his catalog 11 albums deep. Hits like What You Know, Live Your Life, Rubber Band Man would dominate. He even posted a birthday IG video mocking 50's 2007 sales loss to Kanye West as proof that 50 was scared. But 50 Cent never played along. Not in 2020, not in 2021 when T.I crashed the Black Mafia family premiere in Atlanta. Not in 2026 when T.I spoke publicly on the Nightcap podcast. Every time, 50's strategy was the same. Troll, repost old footage, memes, and court clips, flipping the narrative instead of engaging musically. And it worked. Most people didn't know how to handle that energy. That all changed on February 22, 2026, when 50 Cent went personal, posting a photo of Tiny Harris. The fuse had finally hit dynamite. T.I responded like a true artist. 2 diss tracks dropped back-to-back. War on February 22nd and Right One on February 23rd, produced by Lil Kayab. Right One was vicious, calling 50 a small man in a big shell, and even dragging 50's ex, Fanny Joy, into the narrative. T.I unleashed fire he hadn't shown in years, and the culture immediately reacted. Everyone had an opinion. Charlemagne the God blamed 50, saying T.I had never disrespected anyone first. Others questioned Tiny's involvement. What does his wife have to do with it? They all felt it. Some lines just shouldn't be crossed. Once you bring someone's family into a beef, things go off the rails. That's exactly why King Harris snapped. His mother was dragged into it, and that's sacred ground. Charlemagne kept it measured, saying T.I and 50 shouldn't even be beefing, but he understood why King reacted so fiercely. DJ Academics had a very different perspective. He wasn't trying to stay neutral. Pulling out the scoreboard, he gave 50 Cent 4 rounds to nothing, arguing that T.I kept pushing the versus angle while 50 attacked his character, making Tip look like he was dodging the real fight. Academics called King's dead mama comments shocking and pointed out the massive mismatch. A young rapper going bar for bar with a billionaire mogul. Naturally, T.I fans in the South weren't happy, accusing Academics of New York bias. Joe Budden offered a more balanced take. He praised King's family loyalty and called T.I.'s diss tracks the cheat code against 50 Cent, because 50's trolling only works when people respond emotionally online. Put him in the studio with real bars and he doesn't have an answer. Budden also raised the red flag. Once deceased family members are involved, reconciliation becomes nearly impossible. Angela Ye kept things neutral but highlighted key moments. King jumped in immediately after 50 reignited the family feud by posting Tiny, and 50 even started removing T.I-related posts, a move that looked like backtracking to many viewers. Shannon Sharp and Chad Okosinko Johnson, who hosted T.I on the Nightcap podcast, broke down the escalation too, mixing entertainment with caution. This was no longer sport, it was dangerously personal. As of February 26, 2026, King Harris's Made Man is gaining steam on streaming platforms. T.I is previewing new material aimed at 50. 50 Cent has wiped his page of T.I content, but continues trolling in the background. Boosie weighed in, only to get pulled into a side beef with King himself. And the entire hip-hop world is watching like reality TV nobody asked for, but no one can stop watching. The question everyone keeps coming back to is the same one Boosie asked. Once you bring dead parents into a rap beef, where do you go from there? Disrespect is part of the game, but some lines are permanent. Step over them and there's no walking it back. No phone call, no mutual friend, no charity photo op. King Harris, T.I, 50 Cent, and Boosie all know it. Bring up someone's dead mama and the damage is done. Hip-hop has always thrived on competition, verbal sparring, and the occasional dramatic feud. But some lines in the culture have always been sacred, unwritten rules that even the most aggressive rappers understand. Family is one of them. You can diss someone's music, their style, their past battles, even their credibility, but you do not cross into their family, especially not deceased relatives. On February 22, 2026, that line was crossed, and the fallout has become one of the most talked about incidents in recent hip-hop history. It all started when 50 Cent decided to go personal in a feud with T.I. The two had been going back and forth over versus battles and social media jabs for weeks, a standard back and forth in rap beef culture. However, 50 Cent decided to escalate things in a way that nobody saw coming, by posting a photo of Tiny Harris, T.I.'s wife, with a caption meant to humiliate her in front of millions of followers. This wasn't a subtle diss or a clever play. It was a direct attack on a woman who had nothing to do with the beef. King Harris, T.I. and Tiny's son, reacted immediately. Without waiting for his father to strategize or address it privately, King went live on Instagram and unleashed an unfiltered tirade against 50 Cent. What made it especially shocking was his target, 50 Cent's deceased mother, Sabrina Jackson, who tragically died in a house fire when 50 was only 8 years old. King told 50 to go dig her up, a line so extreme that it stopped the internet in its tracks. Millions of viewers watched as a young man took a feud to uncharted territory, and the cultural conversation exploded overnight. King didn't stop at words. On February 24, 2026, he went to the studio recording a diss track titled Made Man, which dropped on all major streaming platforms. The music video, filmed in a parking garage full of high-end cars, featured King in a red hoodie and beanie, delivering bars with razor-sharp precision. He even dug up an old NSFW photo of 50 Cent, holding what appeared to be an adult toy, and posted it on his story with the hashtag #NoAI to prove it was real. This move cemented his scorched earth approach: no chill, no retreat, no surrender. While fans and commentators debated who had the upper hand, Boozie Badazz weighed in, and his take immediately carried weight. Boozie isn't just another internet commentator chasing views. He's someone with credibility in the streets and the music industry. Having served time in the Louisiana prison system and lived by the street code his entire life, Boozie has the authority to speak on conflicts with serious consequences. Boozie acknowledged King's anger, emphasizing that the reaction was understandable. In any household where love is real, a mother is sacred, and disrespecting her crosses a line that transforms a dispute from entertainment into something dangerous. Boozie made it clear. This was no longer a matter of social media trolling. It was blood versus business, and the rules of rap beef no longer applied. However, while Boozie understood why King reacted, he did not fully condone the method. Bringing up 50 Cent's deceased mother was extreme, even by hip-hop standards, and Boozie warned about the real-world consequences of such actions, including the potential for prison time. He drew on personal experience, referencing his own son, Tootie Raw, to highlight the dangers of letting words escalate unchecked. The hip-hop community erupted. Commentators, podcasters, and influencers weighed in with differing opinions. Charlemagne the God called for calm, suggesting that T.I and 50 Cent should resolve their differences like grown men, but he also understood King's reaction. DJ Academics, in contrast, gave 50 Cent the edge in the feud, arguing that T.I.'s versus focus made him look like he was dodging the real issues, while 50 attacked character and controlled the narrative. Joe Budden offered a more balanced perspective, praising King's family loyalty while highlighting that diss tracks, real music responses, are the only way to genuinely challenge 50 Cent's trolling. Angela Ye covered the story neutrally but noted key developments. King Harris jumped in immediately, while 50 Cent began removing T.I-related posts from his social media, which many interpreted as backtracking. The Nightcap podcast hosts, Shannon Sharp and Chad Okosinko Johnson, discussed the escalation in depth, noting that the feud had shifted from sport to something much more serious. To understand the chaos, you have to look back years. T.I had been attempting to bring 50 Cent into a versus battle since the pandemic started in 2020. Tip challenged the G-Unit General, confident that his catalog, including 11 studio albums with hits like Live Your Life, Rubber Band Man, and Big Things Poppin', would dominate. Tip even posted a birthday veto in 2020 mocking 50 Cent's past losses, but 50 consistently avoided engaging musically. 50 Cent's strategy was to troll, repost old footage, and manipulate memes, flipping the narrative rather than responding with music. This approach worked for years, allowing him to control the online narrative without ever stepping into a studio battle. But when he posted Tiny Harris's photo in 2026, he triggered a chain reaction that escalated far beyond memes or online jabs. T.I responded by dropping 2 diss tracks, War and Right One, back-to-back. The tracks were aggressive, calling out 50 Cent personally and even referencing his ex, Fanny Joy. The releases reignited the cultural debate, drawing reactions from every corner of hip-hop and forcing commentators to weigh in on the limits of rap beef.